I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No need to thank me.
You guys want to rest here?
Hey. Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it. I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Looks perfect and tastes just as good.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right? I do take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training, too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow. I feel pretty refreshed after that sleep.
There's something in the water. No choice. Here I come. It's over. Head for!
Glacial spear! Pierce
Here I come. It's over.
Freeze laser! If they rush you gotta jump for cover, okay? I'm ready! Spread! Glacial spear! Pierce evil!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kitara!
We got the advantage.
Good.
Feel!
Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, cause Law's on.
Freeze laser! I can freeze laser!
Here I come.
Here goes! Laser!
It's over. Severing
Here
wind.
goes!
Not here.
We managed to pull through.
Deixe também. Durim. Duran.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renin doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman. And this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renins are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place. Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
You picked the wrong fight!
I'm so good with airport targets.
Got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it! This is good!
All yours! It's on! Come and face me! You're mine! Sword Lane Alpha! Win! You picked the wrong fight! You're mine! Sword Lane Alpha! I'll smash you!
That spot.
Sword Lane Alpha!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to play?
You're finished! Severing Wind! Take this! Quiver Drag! It's over!
Eagle assault!
Sword Lane Alpha!
How we do it?
You're mine!
Into the chest! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
I know fine weapon material when I see it.
Oh, shit, está aqui.
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance. It's over.
It's like trying to keep up with a wolf!
Take this.
All finished here!
Alpha.
I'm almost
Severing
at
Wind.
it! Hope this works!
Take this.
I'm all stopped up!
No further. Here I come. You're finished.
got your name on them!
Take this! I'm on it! Take this! Sword Lane Alpha! Crush!
One at a time!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Purge malevolence!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Glimmer dragon!
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix cyclone!
One more!
Dragon shell!
Here I come!
Do it!
You're finished!
Talon hurricane!
Look sharp!
Lightning tiger blade!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
Am I on a roll or what?
Caraca.
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
Hi, Hoodle!
It's over!
Can't get out of this!
You're mine! Win! Fear is down! Sword Rain Alpha!
Fine, freak! Keep on his arms to me!
Sion, can you... Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Strike!
Leave the chargers to me!
Now!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that game.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Eat dirt! Escape!
This one's mine!
Sword Rain Alpha! Win!
Do it!
Run!
Astral energy!
Say no more! My turn! I'm on it! I'm not done! Sword Rain Alpha!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix
Wish they were all that easy.
Yeah, I think we might be getting too strong.
Isn't that good?
Play along, would you?
7.000 de gold. Tu viu? Ah, show de bola, né? Bem dispensado.
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
I'll take you all on!
Airborne fear. My specialty.
You're mine!
Pesky airborne scoundrel!
Sounds like a job for you truly.
Ignite!
Did you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
I'm all set up. Lightning won't save you.
Take the... It's over!
Leave the charge on me. Now. I never miss.
That's
Quite a talent.
My father once made the same remark.
Believe in my dad.
Here, let me help.
Here I come!
First aid.
Sword Rain Alpha! Severing Wind! Stardust!
Now.
All good things come to
Here
an
I
end.
come!
Play. Astral energy.
Say no more! Shot!
Well done.
It's over!
Lightning
You're on! Talon Hurricane! It's gone! Stardust!
Here's evil. Now.
Sword Rain Alpha! Burn in hell!
I'll
finish you here now!
Do it.
Sword Down!
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Tu gosta, né? Da Fênix. A Fênix.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
Finally, some open space again.
Não. Tô com qual? Ah, tem essa. Nossa, irado esse aqui. Ainda pra fazer isso, né?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Caraca, temperatura, nossa senhora. 300. Vou dar uma batalhadinha aqui. Eles são muito caros, mano. Tá me ouvindo aí, Thiago, direitinho? Cara, mas é muito bom.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Show. Bora dar uma vasculhada, depois a gente já vê se dá pra fazer alguma coisa mais na frente.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Ready? Alpha! Now I'm in the groove! Sword Lane Alpha! Win! Take this! It's over!
Flying freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Lucia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Okay.
Like me again.
Sword Lane Alpha! You're mine! Take this! Sword Lane Alpha! Shivering Wing! Here I come!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in
Now
that
I'm
vein.
real mad.
Here
Yes,
goes!
my lady?
Something you wanted to say? Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Now! Here I come! You're mine! It's over!
Now!
Remote!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
There's always room for improvement.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're...
I had a bad feeling about
Here I
this.
come! You're finished!
Not in your dreams!
You're mine!
Hear me!
Sword Lane Alpha! Burn! You're mine!
Where are you going?
Sword Lane Alpha!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Do it! Sounds like a job for you. This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
I'm surrounded.
My lady?
Something you wanted to
Sword
say?
Lane Alpha! I'm on it!
I really
Leave the enemy's art to me!
Why'd you hear me?
right here.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Not a chance!
Arcane waterfall! Freeze blaster!
Well done!
In the wind! In here!
Here I come!
Freeze more for the stockpile!
Eat this.
Here's a healing power!
It's on!
Can't get out of this.
Here I come! Not today!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
É muita porrada, sem chance de bicho comum da cidade dentro não, só os
You're
boss.
quite the gunslinger.
I have to be, in this world.
Don't worry, I've got your back.
Out of our way! Not in your dreams!
It's over!
Alright, this one's mine!
Got fire!
You see what I can
got
do?
now!
Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
Not a chance! Dragon
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Here I come! Sword Lane Alpha! Win!
Here's a healing arc!
Stardust! This one's all mine!
comfortable win.
Opa.
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Denied! Where are you going?
Don't mind if I do.
Take this!
Here's a healing arc.
No further! Okay, here I go! First strike! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help? This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Crazy
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Sword Lane Alpha!
What a relief!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Eat dirt! Turn the tables on!
There are still more left.
Right! No time to hold back! Severing wind! Watch it!
I really owe
You're mine!
It's time.
Sword Lane Alpha!
All yours, Kisara.
Caralho! Zerada. Caralho.
Let's keep our eyes on the prize. I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Caralho, bom pra caralho. Vamos ver se eu tenho uma graninha, né? Se eu juntar graninha pra comprar. Vou juntar bonito pra caralho, filho. Se vier em português, melhor ainda.
More Danon runes here too, I see.
More people.
Ow! You're mine! I'm ready!
You're finished! Win! Stardust!
The enemy wields arcs too.
You'll soon see about that. I never miss.
Take
Here,
this!
flame of fury!
You're finished!
Burning strike! Water, hear
Sword
my
Lane Alpha!
power! Spread!
Now you see what I can do!
Down!
Dragon down!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Thank you.
You picked the wrong fight!
Energy!
Take this!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Is there anything more magnificent than the musculature of a warrior? Perhaps it isn't certain.
Desenhei, pô.
Sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead. And then?
Indeed. If you look, across the...
Get lost!
Watch it! Severing wind! Take this! Mirage! You're finished! Double demon fang! You're mine!
Thank you.
Sword Lane Alpha! Try this!
Here, let me help.
Splendid Flash!
Don't find out too long ago. Hey, when did I get so popular?
I'm all stuffed up.
Splendid Flash!
We're in the home stretch, guys.
What's your over?
Eyes on the prize.
That focus goes double for you, Law.
Me? How come I get singled out?
Sword Lane Alpha!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to
Tá
say?
gostando, não?
Sword Lane Alpha! Take this!
Do it!
Sword Lane Alpha! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Lightning Tiger Blade.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. There.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that. Hi, Hoodle!
Sword Lane Alpha! Eat Sword Lane Alpha!
Now you see what I can. I'll finish you here and now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
My turn!
Thanks.
Ignite! It's over! Sword Lane Alpha!
Eat this! Now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get complacent.
Tem dois. Tem dois ainda pra matar, Thiago. Pegando recurso. Pegando recurso justamente pra isso. Dinheiro e recurso. Por isso que eu tô batalhando muito aqui. Dois bichos que tá me parando. Um talvez já consiga matar. O outro acho que
Where are you going? Where are you going?
In a bind?
In here!
Do it!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Eat this!
Now! Astral energy!
Say no more! Now! Here I come! I'm on! Mirage! Talon! Wind!
Shattering pieces!
Did you just hear me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Now I'm in the groove! Ready to go!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Air thrust!
tem dois. Um eu não vou conseguir
I
matar
think I'm
não,
getting
mas o
stronger.
outro acho que só preciso de mais recursos pra matar ele.
Gotta break through! Take this! I'm on it!
That's enough!
Wind! I'm on mine! Mirage! You're mine!
Eat this! By the
Sword Lane Alpha!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And
And more than can help burn out!
In here! Let's get you off the floor!
Prepare to be sealed! First strike! Here I come!
Raging sword!
It's time! Sword Lane Alpha! Ignite!
I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough of it.
Sword Lane Alpha!
Yes,
I
ma'am.
never miss! Not in your dreams!
It's over! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more! Got it!
Well done!
Take this!
Pieces! Attack time!
Watch Sword Lane Alpha!
There's always room for improvement.
This will be a delicious piece of ready to go!
I'm on it!
Tempest Dragon
I lost myself in the heat of the moment. I'm like bait to them.
Mirage! Sword Lane Alpha!
Tempest Swirl! Reload!
You're mine!
Oh,
Prepare to
now
be
I'm real
sealed.
mad.
Actually, perhaps found is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Try harder! My turn!
Lightning
Take
Gazette!
this!
Here goes!
Take this! Strike!
Mega Ray!
Here I come! Sword Lane Alpha! You picked the wrong fight!
Not on my watch!
Take this! Sword Lane Alpha!
I never miss!
You're
Now!
finished! Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Now!
Take Dolly! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Mega Ray!
Not a chance! No escape! Mirage! Here I come! Never win! Mirage! You're finished! Sword Lane Alpha!
Mega Ray!
Here I come!
Do it!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! I can feel my power growing! The design of... This equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Tem diálogo até pra dar nota. Será que desceu algum lugar?
What's that big tower over there?
Será que é isso? Uma torre? O lugar é irado, né? Irado.
I hate camping out.
De cobra. consegue fazer mais alguma arma aqui. Pegar dinheiros. Não sei se eu vou precisar pra fazer alguma coisa. Ah! Nada parecido com essa. Nossa, deixa eu ver igual. Ah, essa aqui é pra mim é igual.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
Outro batalha não tem dinheiro pra fazer as armas. Ainda bem que só precisa fazer as armas, não precisa fazer.
What should I make tomorrow?
Aí, tipo, tá fazendo isso aqui, ó. Isso aqui é mais interessante.
Done. This is sure to give the others some much needed
Pra dar mais
energy.
drops das coisas, tá ligado?
Kisara, let's talk for a bit. Maintaining your shield? It's becoming a familiar sight.
Miguel was the one who taught me how to maintain my equipment after I first joined the Guard. Now it's just a part of my routine.
Your brother always seems to come up whenever I talk to you.
That's because we had no other relatives, so it was just the two of us growing up. He was my idol, the one I looked up to and wanted to be like. When I became a guardsman, Lagiel wasn't too pleased to see me at first. It was Miguel who really welcomed me aboard.
Lagiel? Oh, right. She was Miguel's second in the Gold Dust Cats, wasn't she?
That's right. She's always been a very critical and down-to-earth person. In other words, the complete opposite of a dreamer like me.
You're more an idealist than some pie-in-the-sky dreamer.
Even so, that's my brother's doing. He'd never let me stop seeing a brighter world. He always did what he could to keep me smiling and happy.
You must have meant a lot to him.
He wasn't just kind either. He always worked so hard to set an example for me and everyone else around him. He was a true big brother. So much so that when he thought I was asleep, he'd slip out of the house to go training on the outskirts of town.
You seem to know a lot about it.
That's because I only pretended to be asleep and would follow after him. You know what? I'm at a good stopping point with my shield. If you've got time, how about I tell you a couple more Miguel stories?
I guess I'd better get comfortable.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything?
Not this way, I guess. Not this way, I guess.
seguinte. Vou batalhar bastante até chegar. Imagina. Isso custa muito caro. Ah, não. Na verdade ele tava só jogando um pouco, na verdade. Tá, tá.
Forgive you.
Eat them! You're mine! I'll finish you! Sword Alpha!
Radiant
You're
Flare.
on!
This one's mine.
Got fire!
I'm stopping.
Carve
Let him
through!
go.
Sword Alpha!
Your father once made the same remark.
So even my dad.
Totally! In an instant! Impact Claw!
Feel you all.
Now! You're on!
In a bind, the enemy heals ours too.
You'll soon see about that.
Eat dirt!
Do it.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone. Here is that.
Not a chance!
Into the shadow.
Ele chegou longeão, sem morrer.
Do it.
Sword Alpha!
Era bom, jogava direito.
Looks like it could be worth something.
Olha quanta coisa troca.
Hi, Hoodle.
Strike!
Far enough! Strike watching!
Here I go! Strike! Severing Wing! You're mine! Strike!
Just getting started.
I love
The airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I'm sorry to be a father.
We've all got enough.
Yes, ma'am. I'll smash you!
I'm out.
You're mine!
You see what happened there is you crossed me.
Sword
Shouldn't have done
Alpha!
that.
It's on!
Eat this!
You picked the wrong fight! I'm not done!
Now.
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
It's time.
Where are you going?
I'll crush you!
Crush you!
Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
We seem to have come across something a little
Oh, man. I hope I live long enough to regret this. I'm on a roll now.
It's no further!
Frickin' does it!
Strike!
Flying free! I can't think still!
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
I'm not done!
Just
Here I go! You're on! Take this! Sword Rain Alpha! I owe you one.
So much for sitting this fight out. That wouldn't be a conclusion. Nope, that is silly.
Do it.
It's all mine! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Here.
Not a chance! Not today! You're mine! Sword Rain Alpha!
Armor won't save you.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Severing Wing!
Here you are. Now I'm in the groove. Take this.
You're on! It's over! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Shh, por enquanto, por enquanto.
What a rush! Guess I misread the landing. Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right?
Vai voltar lá pra matar
If
o
that's what
Yaya.
you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you
Não tem
any
como
grief
matar
over it.
ainda não.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Gisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Esse Paulo me deu trabalho da porra. Ele é o treino sinistro.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
How long has it been since I last went this hungry?
Tá foda. Vida no mato, 3 bombas de laranja. Preciso de ler. Os 5 acho que não vou matar ele. Mais 5 bombas de laranja. 5 bombinha pá. Te mata rápido. Já tô se desgastando.
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahagsar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Tá, porra.
Been looking for you.
For me? Why?
Caralho. Cacete, mano, que esquiva de bala. Olha, o maluco é bravo.
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Sword Rain Alpha!
This one's mine.
Take this. I'm on it. You're mine!
By the power of God.
Yeah, come on!
Radiant Pierce.
Take this!
Eagle
You're mine!
Thunder
Take
Field.
this! Sword Rain
Here's a
Alpha!
healing
Who the
one.
hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
Speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
I'll smash you!
Entertain me. Kim!
Nossa, caralho.
Sweet now. More from the stockpile. Lightning can stab me.
Do they not teach you to say thank you in Dana?
Not to a Renin, they don't.
Here I come! Stop! Now I can let loose.
Thank you.
My turn.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
No, that'd be silly.
Enjoy.
That frickin' does it!
I never miss.
Here I come. It's on.
Come and get it!
Take this. You'll pay for that. You're my.
Nothing this by me!
Entertain me. You picked the wrong fight.
It's weakened.
This ends now. Sword Rain Alpha. I owe you one. Try harder. Not a chance. No escape. You're mine.
Eagle assault!
Severing wings.
Shattering the pieces!
Take this. Here I come.
Enjoy.
Sword Rain Alpha.
Like me again.
Prepare.
Dragon shout!
Here I come.
Muito rápido, mano. Isso. Porra! O maluco é pica, filho.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die.
Tirar um passo no meio da cara. Caralho, o cara é sinistro, mano. Tem muito, filho.
A wretch like you?
Agora tu vai peidar, né? Caralho, que desgraçado, mané.
Shion, wake up, please.
Alphen?
Shion.
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I.
Caralho, mano, na hora que o maluco quer manifestar o Aurora Wave ali.
It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides, Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't.
Caralho, e o olho dele brilhou.
Look,
Caralho.
I'm just glad that
manifestar
you're...
o poder oculto que ele tem, que ninguém sabe. Ele perdeu a memória, tá ligado? Ele não tem as memórias dele, não. Ele só lembra do nome dele.
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Caralho, sim.
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey.
Nice. E acho que ela cantou, hein? Não demora pra ir, não. Senti muito mal, então. Ela em geral.
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time. Please, stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
Tá rolando clima em romance. Romance. Porra, o pau.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renin district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danons and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danons rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Maybe something's going on in the forest.
What are those out in the valley? Windmills? They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
Vamos ver. Bora ver aqui, peraí.
That was quite the little adventure we went on.
I hate camping out.
Sem dinheiro nenhum. Tá, bora ver se a gente consegue matar com os recursos que a gente tem. Três laranjas, 4 poções. Deu uma melhorada nos equipamentos, no nível.
I need to get rid of these stains somehow.
Dohalim, your spare bracers were getting dirty, so I polished them up along with the rest of your equipment.
Why, thank you, Kisara. I greatly appreciate that.
Maybe it's just my imagination, but you sure seem to fuss over Dohalim a whole lot, Kisara.
It is a little strange. Almost like you're still in his service.
Really? That's certainly not my intention. Besides, he's not the only one I'm like that with. Hey, Law, I saw your clothes were starting to get holes in them, so I stitched them back up for you.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Kisara.
Point taken. Do you just like looking after people?
I wouldn't go so far as to say I like it, but I get anxious if I don't. I'd always like to help if I can. It comes naturally to me. Back in the day, Miguel and I used to look after the younger kids a lot, so that's probably where it comes from. He taught me everything I know, and I mean everything. How to cook with wild plants, how to sew clothes so they'll last. Without him, we never would have been able to survive.
However, you're not a lord anymore, Dohalim. You need to get used to the idea that people aren't just going to wait on you hand and foot.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I'm ashamed to admit that I felt no qualms about her doing all that for me. As both a Renan and especially as a lord, one becomes too accustomed to those beneath you tending to your every need, both Renans and Danans alike.
Sure, that's how all you Renans are probably raised. But just to be clear, we're not your servants, Dohalim. Got that?
Absolutely. Moments such as this provide me with ample opportunity to confront my unease. It is difficult to tend with my own motivations.
What do you mean?
The truth of the matter is that my espousal of coexistence in Menancia hardly came from an idealistic place. That instinctive unease I feel deep within serves as a reminder for what it is that all of us here fight for.
Don't be so hard on yourself. No one's going to abandon you if you aren't always perfect.
Looking at her now, I think she's more like his mom than his servant.
Caralho,
Hey,
diálogo pra
Rinwell,
caralho.
what was that whole legend you were talking about earlier, back when we were by the gate?
Huh? Oh, you mean about the Darkwings? It's an old story about a Danon hero that's been passed down for generations.
Será que esse
Like I
maluco
said,
lá?
I sure haven't heard it before.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, long ago, there was an evil king who tried to bring all of Dana to ruin. However, a pure black owl heard the pleas of the people and decided to help. It chose a young hero and bestowed upon them a holy flame that was capable of vanquishing the king. The story goes that the young hero challenged the king and defeated them with the flame. Seeing Dana had been saved, the people flew the crest of the Darkwings as thanks to the owl for its help. From what I understand, it used to be a really well-known story before the Renans came.
I guess our people must have forgotten it over time. It's lucky for us you still know it. You sure are well-versed in these sorts of things, Rinwell.
You know, the
Rinwell.
part where the hero defeats the king with a flame reminds me a little of Alphen.
Come on, it's just a story. Besides, if we're talking about an owl helping anyone, Hoodle would definitely choose Rinwell.
Sure, I might have helped take out our own kind of evil king with the others, but I'm definitely no hero. That and Hoodle's wings aren't even black. Huh.
O que aumenta ataque ou defesa? Ataque.
Hey, that actually came out pretty alright, don't you
Mas dá
think?
mais dano.
Make sure to get some good rest.
Melhor Vicente mata esse vagabundo agora.
All right, guys. Ready to go?
Partir.
It's gigantic.
I'd say we're about...
This will be a delicious piece of cake.
Can't get out of bed! Hey, when did I get so popular?
Aim for the weak spot. Searing gale!
A charge like that could easily be fatal. Just as well, I'm here to stop.
You are in tip-top shape.
As soon as I'm done here, I'll come help out.
How could a girl ever say
These
no?
little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking, more pummeling.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
That's what I get for shooting too high.
Not on my watch. Forward up. Lightning condemned. Here's a healer.
Take it!
First aid.
Okay, here I go. Here I come!
By the power of
Sword rain Alpha!
Thunderbolt. Here's a healer. Just a win.
Armor won't save you!
Here I piss on!
Take this!
I'll bet they did this one. Annihilation.
Oh, damn! Searing gale! I owe you one. Not today!
Quicker dragon! I'm on a roll now!
Win! Searing gale!
Now you're talking!
Strike!
It's weakened!
Sword rain Alpha! This ends now!
Tear you apart! Not my
Here,
fight!
move!
Toca.
Stay away from my friend! Strike!
Far enough!
Hey, that...
Now see that you don't get in trouble again.
Who wants to die next? Raging
No
storm!
escape!
Hope this works!
Mirage!
Mega
It's
ray!
over!
Can't see the world!
Sword rain Alpha!
Shield! Don't mind if I do!
Will this help?
Prepare to be sealed!
Healing
Here I come!
I'll finish you
Sword
one!
rain Alpha!
I really owe you one.
Dragon Shell!
In a bind?
Gemini Aqua!
Here I come! Piss on! Eat this! Okay, here I go!
Get on in there with the others!
Sword rain Alpha! Try this!
Watch this! Let's tear 'em up!
Up and out!
Caralho, troca.
I'll bring you back to this!
You're done!
Celestial Penetration! Ice Prison!
Will this help?
Go away!
Healing Circle!
Sword rain Alpha! Severing wing!
Waterfall! Hair Seal! More for the
Here I come!
The waters of
Sword rain Alpha! Severing!
Cleanser! Tidal Wave! Primed and ready!
Here I come!
Here, let me help!
There you go! Sword rain Alpha!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
you just heal me?
Yes, I need you, remember?
Right.
Blending flash!
Dance in the wind!
I let you all down.
You'll pay for that! I have no limits! Take this!
Got it!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Now let's
Here I
go!
come! This one's all mine! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Caralho, 9.000.
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
You picked the wrong fight!
Resuscitation!
Take this!
Here, let me help!
Sword Lane Alpha!
I can't heal you forever!
Take this! Eat this!
The waters of creation, man! Get there! Tidal wave!
Now I can let loose the... Why'd you heal
They're
me?
not
To
playing
stop you
around!
dying?
Right.
Raging!
Prepare to be sealed, O fleet of foot. Actually, found is more appropriate.
Less talking, more doing.
Sword Lane Alpha!
Celestial hammer! Confiscated! Radiant pierce!
Ignite!
Thunder field!
Blue escape!
Raging cascade!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plate.
Blending
Yes,
flash!
ma'am.
You require a heavy
Pierce evil! Gale force! War with action! I'll heal you all!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Healing circle!
That spot.
Blending flash!
I'm on it! I'm impressed! Spread!
All right.
Go! Raging cascade! Let me
Try
help!
this!
Sleep now!
I owe you one.
This'll come in handy! Radiant
Sword
pierce!
Lane Alpha! Stop!
I'm out! Here, let me help! Supernova!
Okay,
Here! Back into the fray!
This should do it!
Feel! They're not playing around! I'll bring you back from death's abyss! That move!
Here comes a